Primetime, that's the name.
Primetime.
Primetime.
What time is it? Showtime Primetime.
It's XL Primetime, featuring Joe C.
I reduced my toilet paper down to 3 squares.
Matt Hayes.
Big asses and big thighs, yeah.
And Leon Searcy.
Bringing you love, peace, and soul.
Work being done up in Indianapolis. Let's hope your Jacksonville Jaguars scouting staff is there, taking notes, watching, observing, reeling in draft prospects that will wear the teal and black before it's all said and done.
Well, they have to now.
Yeah, they do.
They have to. You remember how your mama told you when you go into class,
Yeah.
you sit in the front row, don't be in the back where you can't get the notes? With them the only ones being there, they got to be in the front row, taking notes.
And
more pressure's on them now.
You better believe it, because the scouts better come back with some intel. We will definitely dig into it today. Some bigs on the defensive side on the field today. Field work for defensive linemen and linebackers. Both of those are going to be, I would think, positions of concern, shall we say, for the Jacksonville Jaguars. So we're definitely going to dig into the combine. Coach Mark Duffin will be along a little bit later on, and he definitely has a lot of experience when it comes to combine observation, because he had to do just what Leon was talking about earlier, take a bunch of notes. So we'll get into that a little bit later on. But I am kind of fired up. It's a beautiful day, a little warmer weather today. That's worth a Modelo Yellow, is it not? To get us going on a beautiful Thursday. I'm fired up because I guess in a little bit of a way, I'm bummed that we don't have the Olympics, because I was enjoying 3 weekends worth of the Olympics, and I think Big Sur's got into it.
Were you really?
Yes, hell yeah, Matt. Not so much.
No,
not so much.
No, not so much.
Even though he's rocking the USA Sick Cup, he's not. He did not. I enjoyed the hell out of it. I really did.
I like the hockey.
Yeah.
I like the luge.
Yeah.
Even the 4-man bobsled.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm glad that you can name some of the events, which is just awesome.
I did. I just it kind of ends for me there. I don't really. I can't really get into anything else.
Not the downhill, slalom.
No, just the luge.
Luge.
Just whatever you call that. That
the
whole
2-man luge.
The whole where it's
the
single, 2-man, 4, all that. I love all that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the hockey. Other than that, meh.
Dude, I loved all
Curling.
the snowboarding, all the skiing.
No, none of it. No.
Freestyle jumping. See.
Nah.
Yeah.
Doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
Now,
You know, you
Summer
guys
Olympics,
can watch those sports whenever you want.
right?
Yeah.
If
X
you
Games.
really
It's called
love
X Games, right?
Yeah, I love every year I watch the X Games. I love the hell out of them. I can't.
Listen, Summer Olympics, different thing.
Yeah.
I'll watch the hell out of Summer Olympics.
Yeah, we all do.
Yeah.
That's because, well, the United States would always rule.
Not because of that. No, I
Yeah.
watched it when I was a kid and the East Germans were cheating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't know they were cheating.
So were the Ruskies.
Did you know they were cheating?
Of course they were cheating.
I've
How
got a
did you know
feeling.
they were? Were you sitting there watching it as a kid, like they're cheating?
Yeah, because my dad was saying they were
Oh,
cheating.
there it is. That part.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's where the
You
Cold
influenced.
War
You
came
influenced.
from.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
so?
basically how you could describe the Cold War back then. But I just had the sneaky feeling you haven't watched it since the East Germans. And
It's not true. I have watched the Summer Olympics a lot, actually.
Yeah,
So I really enjoy the Summer Olympics.
yeah. I love the swimming, the track and field, the
Track and
boxing.
field's phenomenal.
Yeah, but I still, like I said, there's
Men's, women's, any
there's
phenomenal.
as many events in the Olympics in the winter that I enjoy now that I never thought I would, as much or more than what I see in the Summer Olympics. And I think it is in large part because of the X Games. X Games, they get me fired up every year because I love the winter
Do they still do
destinations.
the X Games?
Yeah.
Really?
That's one of like Chris
I haven't
Fowler's.
seen the X Games.
I haven't seen them in a while,
time.
bro.
Yeah,
Are you
yeah.
sure about that?
That's one of. It's like
That's one of
Chris-
those that went away, like the great outdoor games.
Well, they still have competitions, is what I'm trying to say. And like Chris Fowler, he would say, you know what? I'm going to do college football, I'm going to do tennis, and I'm going to do the X Games. And so that's basically his 3 things that he would always dig in love, which is kind of fun
I've got an update.
that he picked it.
The X Games are still active and are currently undergoing a major organizational transformation.
Yeah, they need.
In 2026, the brand is transitioning from holding standalone events to a year-round team-based format called X Games League.
Oh, the league.
The SGL,
Huh?
XGL.
X Game League. Yeah, XGL they're calling it.
Yeah. Are they going now? Because they're
He
supposed
hates
to
me
be.
all over again.
They're supposed to be where the Olympics.
Yeah, it's WWF involved.
Yeah. Believe me, I've seen more promotion of that. Like, you can buy coverage and treat it as a sport when the WWE can just take center stage on Sports Center and and get up and go through all the interviews and everything like that.
Oh yeah, they're part of ESPN now.
Yeah.
So they're just like a real sport.
Yeah.
Is the XGL part of ESPN though? Because
No,
I
no,
just
we're
Googled,
talking-
does the XGL have a television contract?
Yeah,
And
we're
that's
talking-
XGL has to. The X Games is ESPN.
Yeah. They created it.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The X Games isn't like a real thing. It's like outside of ESPN.
It's their television
ESPN
product.
Just created it.
Yeah. I love when he goes, is it? They created it.
Right. I know Joe. I know they created it. I'm just saying, is it still?
Yeah. Yeah. They're the ones that are going to pump it up.
It's probably like streaming only now, or I
It's
just don't. It wasn't like it was when it was the summer and you had like Tony Hawk going for the 900. I remember watching that as a kid.
I
Like
was just-
everybody
I was just
watched
going to
that.
ask you that.
It was
Was the X
awesome.
Games skateboarding and bike
Yes.
riding and all? Okay.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
And then when the Flying Tomato would do both winter and summer
Yeah.
X Games, that was also
White, Jason White. What was his name?
Hang on, I've got a second update.
Sean.
Sean
Yeah.
White.
The X Games League has a comprehensive TV and streaming deal for 2026 featuring a mix of linear, fast, I don't know what fast means, and
Fast.
digital partners. ESPN and the ABC retain rights for traditional TV broadcasts, while Roku holds exclusive U.S. streaming rights, and Kick.com provides global
Oh my god!
interactive
Like we
streaming for the
said, the
new
X Games is
team-based
dead.
league.
Mm,
It's over.
yeah.
It had a good run.
It was a great run.
Yeah,
It's
it
dead
was.
now, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Which is why I said, is it?
Once you hear Roku has the exclusive rights to something, it's
Well, it's
sad.
funny because
Roku was what, free streaming?
Roku, it started as one of those things you plug into your TV, like an Apple TV, and you get all your apps on
It was
there.
at the forefront.
But now,
Yes.
which it still exists and it's fine, but I guess now it has its own channel, streaming
yeah, see,
channel.
they said, you know what? We've got all these people that are using us. Let's just go ahead and create something else. That's where Sean Merriman does his Ultimate Fighting. And I'm not quite sure what it's called, but that's another one that's
Remember
that's,
when
that's
you used to have
pitched
to
on
put
that.
you used to have to put the thing in the USB port just to like run the Roku stick?
The
Like,
Fire Stick or whatever.
how dumb is that?
Well, what do you mean? Technology just makes advancements.
Yeah, I know it does. It's just
It was awesome.
How dumb does it seem? Is what I'm saying
Yeah.
now.
Well,
I mean, no dumber
was-
than
it was
no dumber
in-
than walking up to your TV and going click. click,
Exactly.
Not everyone
it's
has
called
a smart
innovation, Matt.
TV
Hayes.
now,
Innovation.
Not everyone has smart TVs.
No.
That's all they sell are smart TVs. They don't sell anything else other than smart TVs.
You know, it's a grandma out there somewhere that still
My
has a box
grandma.
TV.
Yeah.
That part.
a lot of people don't have. Yeah, they don't have them.
Yeah, still had the box
Your
TVs.
Grammy? Is
Dude,
she,
my-
wait, is that your grandma that wrote that check for you? Or you wrote a check for her, or she wrote
She
the
would
check
write
for
him
you,
checks.
and you never cashed it, right?
Exactly.
Right,
So I
right.
get-
And then her
she-
bank failed or something.
All of my birthdays over the years, Leon, my grandmother would write me like a $10 check.
One of the sweetest
Really?
things ever.
Yeah, but I
Oh.
would never cash them because it's like it's $10, whatever. But I had a friend chastise me for it.
Really?
So I finally cashed all the checks, and it's, it was a good amount of money, and I guess like she doesn't use
She
that
overdrafted
bank
her account.
anymore, and
Checks bounced.
Bro.
it bounced, and she had to go to the bank, and the bank moved, and it was like a whole thing.
G-Mom did not have as much money in her
Bro.
bank account
This,
at that point.
speaking of grandmas, I'm in Publix in line. Elderly ladies in front of me pulls out a wallet, writes a check
Oh yeah,
for the groceries,
Oh, yeah.
and they take it and they put it in. I was like,
remember those days?
Yeah. Hey,
we're in the 19th.
Did she wait till after all the things were rung up and the
All
guy
the-
said it's
listen,
74.30, and then she
all the-
went,
listen.
okay, February
Bro, I swear to you,
27,
Everything-
2026.
Bro, she wrote down everything.
Publix.
and then did she pull out that
No.
one coupon just to make sure that it was taken off?
Listen, I was just
Before
amazed
she
at the
wrote
fact
it?
that she wrote this check when
Listen.
everything went through, and they took it.
They
Oh,
took
yeah.
the check.
They took the
of
check.
course.
They
Yeah.
put it in I didn't know we still write
Oh
checks.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
how about the people that will bring a coupon from another establishment because Publix accepts that?
They don't do that.
Oh yeah,
Really?
they do.
I did not
Oh,
know that.
and you get stuck behind one of those people. Oof, they're pulling them out of
Listen.
every pocket they got.
TLD, the lovely Diane, was one of those last check writers, okay? It was tough on her. It was tough on her. She did not want to do it.
No.
And then she
Wait,
finally did it.
Wait,
now,
I
this
want to
has
go
been
back to
years
this.
now.
You tell me that I could take an Aldi coupon to Publix and they'd accept it.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Like if it was a buy one get one free for whatever, they'd accept
Well, Aldi only has their own products, right?
Yeah, but-
whatever.
Okay,
now
Winn
that you
Dixie.
say that,
Yeah,
though,
Winn
it. So
Dixie,
Winn Dixie,
exactly.
buy one get one free at Winn Dixie, they're going to accept it.
I'm pretty sure.
because I like the BOGO
Wow.
pricing over there at the WD.
Yeah.
So I may-
really, JJ.
Maybe I don't know if it's
You've opened up my
BOGO,
world now.
but yes, I've definitely seen that happen. That is a thing.
So you
You're
tell
going
me
to
I
be
can
really
get,
upset if I go there and they say no.
You're gonna be upset?
Yeah, with you, not with them, with you.
I'm fine with that.
so you tell me I can get my Honeycrisp for $1.99 a pound. instead of
What are Honeycrisp?
$2.49 apples.
It's a type of apple.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
You got the Honeycrisp.
I just get a
You got
red
you got your Fiji.
Yeah. Fiji. Got the Fuji apple.
What's the granny one?
You got the Granny Smiths.
Granny Smiths.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got and the Red Delicious.
You got your Red
And
Delicious.
but you got like a bunch of genetics that have been going on engineering wise. There's a bunch of crisp apples.
You got your Rome apples.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't eat apple unless it got seeds
got-
in it, bro.
You got your cups.
You got your
trap.
A's. Your B's.
Another Seinfeld. We're doing too much Seinfeld this segment.
All
By
right.
the way,
D's,
my
D's.
grandma did not give me checks, Leon.
We
that
have
was
got
from a
to get
show.
to our.
From the show.
But I just got an update from Thomas, who's behind me, who will be running the show for the next few segments.
Right.
Yes, they accept Aldi. They accept all coupons.
That's
Wow.
wild. All right, give us that real quick because we got to set up our midweek mock draft, which was supposed to be yesterday, but it's usually going to be on a Thursday.
That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC.
We'll get a T-shirt made with that.
Yeah, it's a midweek mock that's usually on a Thursday.
But we didn't expect the Jags to come out with the news they came
Very
out
true.
with.
Right.
Very true. So, headline, newsflash from Indianapolis: Reuben Bain has short arms. Now, will you give me the particulars, JJ? Because I
Yes.
believe this is historical that he has short arms.
So he has sub 31-inch arms. He's at 30 inches and 7/8.
Mhm.
Okay, so that would make him the first ever player drafted in the top 100 at that position, edge.
Less than 31.
Yes.
I can see his T-shirt.
So we've been talking for, I don't know, it goes back to the season, really. Will he move inside?
Yeah.
Will
Yeah.
they make him move inside in the NFL?
True.
But the only problem with that is he's only 263 pounds.
but he measured 6'2",
Yep.
so
Mhm.
that still may scream, "Hey, put some weight on and go inside. Use your quicks."
Yeah. How does he tie his shoes? I mean, those are some short
So you're not
arms,
concerned
bro.
about this, Leon?
No, I'm not concerned about it. I mean, if they move him inside, I'm a little concerned about his weight, 263, 6'2", 263.
Right.
Playing the 3 techniques on double teams, the slam box and stuff like that. I mean, he's going to be overwhelmed. But as far as him setting the edge, listen, I saw this kid. He's got an old soul. He trains ridiculous. He loves the game of football. And I'm saying if you let him slide, you know what? I want him to slide because now I want him to play with the chip on the
Wait a
shoulder.
second.
He'll get angry.
We
So
want him to slide
he
to
weighed in.
56.
He weighed in at 263.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's an edge.
Yeah.
He's not going inside.
Well, he'd have to.
Well,
he
put it
played
right.
at like 280 at Miami, I think. He
He did.
played
Well, they
heavy.
lied
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah,
I don't know. He played heavy, dude. He looked big
How
out
could,
there.
but yeah, but how much you think he dropped that much?
I think he dropped a lot if he's at 263. Yeah,
Wow.
Hmm.
Okay.
Maybe for the 40.
dude, he was.
Is he gonna
I
run
mean,
the 40?
think about him. His thighs were huge.
I don't think he's going to work out at the I don't think he's going to work at the combine.
Yeah, he had a big ass and big thighs. He
you
did.
focus on the bubble more than I do. I'm going to admit it.
He
I'm
also
gonna admit it.
he's like one of the best at setting the edge I've ever seen
Mhm.
Yeah, I
in
agree with
college
that.
football.
I
So when
agree
you
with
move
that.
him inside, you totally get rid of that.
You do lose
Yeah,
that.
you do.
And there are only a few that are 6'2" that can get it done off the edge. So anyway, we'll see what happens.
You want to give Caleb Banks while we're at it before
Yeah.
we break?
Yes.
He is an absolute freak, man. So 6'6", 327. We're obviously talking about the defensive tackle from Florida.
Yeah.
10 and 7/8 hands, 35-inch arms, and a 38 and 3/4 wingspan, which puts him in like the 99th percentile.
Yeah.
So the guy is an absolute freak if he can stay on the field and not get hurt.
Right. He's a rocket ship from a prospect point of view, but is he going to stay healthy? Because we saw this dude flash down the stretch in 24. Kind of helped save Billy Napier's job. He really did. He was one of the main dudes that did that. And then obviously this last year, you hardly saw him. You really did not see a whole hell of a lot of him. All right, let's get into all that. Rebound Rehab Thursday right here on XL Primetime. The midweek mock a day later. It's coming up on XLP.
XL Primetime from the big #1 Duval Ford Studios.
Can you crack the code?
I'm sending you the code.
10, XL,
Isolating his radio.
9, 2, 5,
The clock is ticking.
Get all that.
This is Jeff Middlecoff with Cogent Bank. My associate Ryan Salem and I joined Cogent Bank because we wanted to revolutionize the mortgage business, just like Cogent Bank has revolutionized the banking business. So Ryan Salem and I are able to leverage the power and stability of Cogent Bank to go out and find our clients the best investors, the best products, and the best rates in the entire country for your particular mortgage loan. Of course, you don't have to be a customer at Cogent Bank to take advantage of our mortgage services to buy or refinance your home. We offer jumbo loans, VA, FHA, conventional, and investment loans. At Cogent Bank, we offer mortgages nationwide, so we can help you with a second home or help a family member who lives or is moving to another state. Call Ryan Salem or myself, Jeff Middlecoff, at Cogent Bank today, 904-442-9191, to see how we can help you with any of your mortgage loan needs, whatever or wherever they may be.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, Cogent Bank, NMLS ID 402296, Ryan Salem, NMLS ID 1182429, Jeff Middlecoff, NMLS ID 249086.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. Shoot your shot with Prize Picks and get $50 in lineups instantly when you play your first $5. That's right. Prize Picks is now giving you $50 in lineups when you sign up and play your first $5. Prize Picks makes every dunk, every dime, every board that much more exciting. Don't miss this chance to get started on America's #1 app for sports picks, Prize Picks. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch your winnings roll in. It's just that simple. And now Prize Picks has early payouts. If your lineup is off to a hot start, you have the option to cash out before the game even finishes. At Prize Picks, how you play is up to you. You can choose Flex Play and get paid even if one of your picks misses, or Power Play for the biggest payouts. And all Prize Picks withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use promo code 1010XL and get $50 in lineups instantly when you play $5 in lineups. That's $50 instantly in lineups when you play $5 in lineups. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Ace Carline here for Atlantic Infinity, and yes, I'm still loving my new QX60. Right now, you can lease one or lock in just 1.9% financing for 60 months, and every new Infinity comes with the Atlantic Infinity Promise. That's over $7,000 in added value. That's one of many reasons why I bought mine there. No pressure, no games, just a great experience. Make your next ride an Infinity from Atlantic Infinity. Visit AtlanticInfinity.com or the showroom near Atlantic and St. John's Bluff.
Catch the sights and sounds of the great outdoors from anywhere in the city. Go hunting and fishing with Jeff Logan, Captain Kevin Favor, and Captain Kirk Walls on the Nimnicht Outdoors Show every Saturday morning from 7 to 10 on 1010XL.
Brett Michaels, live and amplified tour with special guest Tesla. March 8th, St. Augustine Amphitheater. Voted one of the most electrifying and engaging shows on tour. Tickets on sale now at AXS.com. Brett Michaels and Tesla. The party starts now.
I'm here with Danny Van Sickle, director of the Electrical Training Alliance. Danny, tell me about your program.
Hey, Rick. We're a 4-year electrical apprenticeship. Our students start out making over $40,000 a year, and right now make over $90,000 a year, including benefits. There is no tuition or student debt. You just have to apply and get accepted.
Did you say no tuition and no student debt?
You heard that right, Rick. Once you're accepted to the program, your only cost for the books and the course fees. About $800 a year.
That sounds like an amazing opportunity. How can I learn more?
Just go to etajax.org and you can apply there.
Apply by May 14th.
David Lane here, and once again, I'm happy to share news of my success with back and knee surgeries at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. Whatever it is that's bothering you, take it from me. Simply set an appointment today at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists and let them help you get back to normal life. I'm certainly glad I did.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. XL Primetime Thursday, restored by Rebound Rehab, with 12 locations across the First Coast. Check out reboundrehab.com.
Glorious sounds. I usually just sit back and light up when I hear the ukulele, but I'll do it right there too, okay?
For this sound.
Yo, I may need a nap after this one. I love that sound.
Really?
Okay? Oh my gosh, yes. The old NFL films music.
I thought you meant that.
But that sound too. Yeah, but the NFL films music and then the draft sounder right there.
So what's the NFL Network going to do now that they're owned by ESPN?
Yeah, another.
Will they use the same sounder?
I think they're merging with the.
That's what I'm saying. So will they use the same sounder now?
Yeah.
When the pick is in,
I guess we'll have to ask Charlie whenever we have him
we'll
coming
get
up.
Charlie on, yeah.
Draft week, because they're in bed together. People, I don't know if they're going to be as critical of the National Football League, but NFL bought stake, an equity chunk of the ESPN family of networks. All right, so we are ready to go, Big Sirs. Again, identify priorities that you wanted to put together when you're putting your draft board together. Coming into 2026, how are you going to get better?
Well, I tell you what, last week when we did the mock draft, I took in consideration BTJ not being here.
Okay.
All right.
Proposed trade, you like that
trades,
idea?
okay. So now this draft is based upon Lloyd and ATN not being here.
All right. Which I think may be closer to reality than BTJ, but who knows?
Both not being here, you
Yeah,
said.
absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
I think that's a real consideration.
Yeah, real
Do
consideration.
you really?
Yeah.
We got to get into that after this.
Okay, so this is this is mock draft 2.0 Big Sirs version.
I love it.
All right. Number 56. All right. I got Josiah Trotter.
Okay.
Linebacker, Missouri.
Okay.
6'2", 238. Scouts say he's a thumper, an elite downhood run defense, a player, explosive, shoots the gap, limited in coverage.
Okay.
Concerning. But I saw a little tape on him, but yeah, I'm going with him.
And he comes from good stock.
He comes from his father, who's an NFL vet.
Yeah.
Played a long time.
All right.
Jeremiah played his fanny off for a long time.
Yeah. All right, let me just say this. I was a trading back son of a gun in this one.
Yeah. So you just said
I got 8 picks in the first 150 by trading back.
Buying and selling 8 in the first 150.
Matt Hayes.
I know. I do understand too that the pig gets slaughtered. I get it.
Right, because just as context, how many did you say? 8 in the first
8 in the first 150.
Okay, because right now they've got, let's just say 6 in the first 162.
Okay.
7 in the first 164.
So I upgraded then, is what you're saying.
7 in the first 164. If you draft well, yes, it does sound like you made a little bit of a haul.
I got Jimmy Gladstone's got nothing on me. All right. My first pick at 56 is R. Mason Thomas, the edge from Oklahoma, a guy that gets the quarterback. And you're gonna find in my drafts here, my goal is affecting the quarterback. Period.
Do we really want another Mason though?
Yeah, I hate. As soon as he said it, it scared me just a little bit.
Well, it's R. Mason.
Yeah.
Okay.
If he has 3 A's,
it could
I
be
might
Robert or Richard or. We can call him that when he gets here. How about that?
Yeah.
Whoa,
we'll just call him RM.
Don't do that.
No, don't do that.
Put the phone on.
So
Don't put the phone on. Don't put the phone on.
But
please.
you're looking for edge. You're looking for effect. And I'm with you 100%.
Yes.
It's funny how we all change our minds, okay? We just go from one thing to the other. And I like the fact, because look, if anyone's been beating the drum for the defensive line, it's been me from the interior point of view more than anything else, because nothing happens if that doesn't happen when it comes to pressuring the passer. And then lo and behold, he goes to that. I go to the other side, and I look for a dude that I think may be able to go inside for a long time. Jennings Dunker, okay? 6'5", 315 pounds. I may call him, the GIF and the GIF argument. I may call him Jennings Dunker. I'm not sure. But he's a guy that straight out of Iowa, one of those guys that just does nothing but block people.
I
in
don't
front of him.
care. He mauls people.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And
I'm all for that pick.
He was a bit of a big hit at the Senior Bowl. So anyway, I went ahead and went with him. I want both lines of scrimmage.
Is that a guard?
Yeah.
See?
Translates to
no one wants a guard till you need
That's
one.
what I'm saying. You talking my language. You start talking about guard, baby.
And by the way, he played outside, so they project him to move inside. So you're talking about another guy, and that could be Wyatt Milam right now. Let's just make that clear. He could be the same dude if he were to perform that way year 2, but we don't know that yet.
Yeah, Wyatt's guys, he's got to shine this year.
Yeah.
He's got to take a position.
Keep it rolling.
All right. My next pick at number 81, I went back to the watering well and got from like last week, Darrell Jackson Jr., the nose guard, defensive tackle for Florida State.
Okay.
Big body. I just feel like at the nose guard position, he got long arms, he got a big body. He's got decent pass rushing skills. I'm thinking that we could add that could be a welcome addition to this team if you put him inside where he can not only stop the run, but he could also rush the passer at the nose position.
All right, my 81, and he's there every time now. Jacob Rodriguez, linebacker, Texas Tech.
He is every time.
Every time he's there in that 80 spot.
That's so funny because I looked
Every
for him
time.
in this most recent mock draft, and he went between 56. He went around like say 71, 72, something in that neighborhood. But you do get him again.
Man, if he's there at 81, wow. I keep saying this, he's going to be a really good NFL player. He's just a football player, a guy that knows the game, high IQ, always around the ball. Love those guys.
All right. I went with at 81, a safety out of LSU, A.J. Halsey. And he's one of those, at least the way he's described, is a throwback safety, very physical, point of attack, fierce, come up, support the run, that type of stuff. We don't know exactly. Same thing with if Wyatt Milo moves in, if a Caleb Branshaw moves in. We don't know. But I just know the back end was torched a little too much in that playoff game. So I'm looking at that.
So you're not feeling good about the Ransaw and Antonio Johnson combination? Or even Eric Murray?
I really like Eric Murray, I believe, is coming back. I do believe, but we're talking one more year. And then I feel like Antonio Johnson blossomed into something pretty good. I'm still trying to figure out the back end.
What year is he on, by the way?
And I wrestled. He is going into his fourth year.
Yeah, he's going into his fourth. Okay.
Yeah. So we'll see where that goes, contract-wise, all that stuff. You're just trying to reinforce and reinvigorate the backside. All right, let's get to 88, Big Sir.
All right, number 88, I got Malachi Lawrence, edge, UCF, 6'4", 247. Explosive get off, good quickness, good counter moves. This is what scouts are saying. Speed to power conversion is average. Closes on quarterback scrambles pretty decent.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you're basically looking for guys, same thing, affect the quarterback, get after him, do whatever it takes.
Okay, this is the beginning of my.
This is where it kind of gets crazy.
So I'm at 106 now.
Okay.
All right.
And I took Agent Orange.
All right. So look, you got him a little bit later than I did.
Big dude in the middle.
I just want to announce that honestly, if this goes the way I want it to go, every week I will have Big Citrus in my mock. But I like that Matt got him as well. You got him at 1.
I love Agent Orange. He's a big dude. Yeah, got him at 106.
Okay, 106 because I plucked him at 88. He'd have never gotten to you if I had anything to say about it.
Not only that, I guarantee, like when because we will get him on.
Yeah,
we will get Fran on. I guarantee Fran will go. Dominique Orange. He's going to do the same thing he was.
Yeah.
About a Quint. I guarantee he'll feel the same way.
6'4", 325 pounds, a guy that defensive tackle from Iowa State.
Yeah, he didn't play at Syracuse.
Yeah.
Right.
Iowa
what am I
State.
thinking?
You're
Iowa
just
State.
like thinking Orange.
I'm thinking Orange. What am I thinking? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
When you went Agent Orange,
Right.
I'm like, okay. Anyway, he is an Iowa State Cyclone, and you know that I was on the Rocco Beck train for a while, so watching the other side of the ball. But I'm just talking about right now a massive individual that's strong. Mason Smith might have been described as that, but this is a pick much later in the draft, and we'll see if he can get it done. All right, so
Mason was the athletic guy.
Yeah, well,
the athletically
strong
gifted,
inside, though.
Strong, and yeah, all of it. Yes,
because Eric Armstead, tall, long, athletic, but also strong. He could overpower people and win those battles. All right, let's get a couple more in.
Okay, all right. My 100th pick is running back, Indiana, 5'10", 210, Kalon Black.
Okay.
Fun player, man.
Yeah, and he's, I think, at least as far as some of the storytelling that's come from him, is that I believe out of all the kids that played in the national championship game, he was the only one that showed up at the Senior Bowl. I'm pretty sure that's right. And got a ton of kudos for showing up.
Yeah, great burst. A lot like Etienne, actually.
Yeah.
A lot like him.
Tough, quick,
low
to the ground type of guy, good gravity, all that stuff.
Scout says he has great vision and is a yak monster.
Okay.
Just like Etienne coming out.
And so you went just a little early as far as
you
going to
definitely
get the running back.
You went.
Well, you know, I had to get one.
Okay. All right. Matt?
All right. So when I traded down and got into 106, I also picked up 112.
Okay.
And I took Chris McClellan, the DT from Missouri, former Florida player. Former mega recruit, and had really played well his last 2 years at Missouri. Again, an inside guy that can give you some beef on the inside. They need to get to the point where when their first teamers need a blow and the second teamers get in there, there's not a huge drop off. And I think that's where they need to get as far as inside interiorly.
Right. And let's make it clear.
And the ability to push the pocket and that's what McClellan does. That's what Agent Orange does. Same thing.
And make it clear, these are not hockey shift changes.
No, they're not.
No, not at all.
But these guys will play 25 plays a game.
Right. They rotate. give the other guy a blow, and then that other guy who's the starter is going back in.
Yes, no doubt. I'm not saying that at all.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is your defense is on the field for 60 plays.
Yeah.
These guys should be out there 15 to 20 plays or maybe a few more.
Exactly. All right. I went to the edge, Arkansas cornerback. And when I say edge, I mean out on the boundary. Julian Neal from Arkansas, who's another big cat, 6'2", 200 pounds. And I'm still looking for size and speed. And at least according to the people who break it down, the Lance Zierleins of the world, the Jeremiahs, all these guys, physical press man coverage. And he can come up and run support. And you need to do both of them. We don't know exactly what's going to happen with Travis Hunter because he ain't going to necessarily be that strong run support guy. But if you're looking the other side, you're trying to figure out how long Jordan Lewis stays here, how much Ajarian Jones factors in here, or Monteric, if you don't sign him. This kind of goes to what Big Sirs was talking about. You have to factor in guys that you may not have back. And I'm putting Julian Neal in there with that number. Where did I have it?
I think that's a smart pick because you got to, like those guys – you've got to actually look into the future when you're making those picks, too, because you're thinking, all right, well, we might lose him, right, to free agency because we're not going to be able to afford him because we've got to afford these three guys. Yeah, those are smart picks. You have to pick like that, too.
In like the next 2 or 3 weeks, we're going to know which of these guys aren't going to be here, at least for the here and now. All right, we'll keep it rolling. It's our midweek, a day late mock draft. That might be the name of it. That may go on the T-shirt. But we will keep doing it. XL Primetime. You guys let us know what you're thinking. 641-1010. Hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures and jump in the YouTube chat as we're trying to build a roster for your Jaguars to get back to the postseason in 26.
XL Primetime is driven by Duval Ford.
When it comes to glass, you don't want average. You want flawless. Duval Glass and Mirror has transformed homes and businesses across Jacksonville for over 35 years. Frameless showers that wow, mirrors cut exactly to your style, fogged or broken glass replaced, decorative tabletops, windows replaced or repaired to stand up to Florida storms. All backed by a 100% guarantee. Visit DuvalGlass.com for your free quote. There's only one name for glass and mirror around these parts. It's Duval!
The Players' Championship returns to TPC Sawgrass March 10th through 15th. Experience golf's most iconic stage with enhanced food and beverage offerings, interactive fan attractions, and an atmosphere built for every type of fan. See the best players in the world, including world number 1 Scotty Scheffler, 2025 champion Rory McIlroy, and fan favorite Brooks Koepka take on the legendary Stadium Course and the famous Island Green. Tickets available at theplayers.com.
Do you want to grow your career with a company that's committed to growing with you? Florida Home AC has aggressive plans to double their workforce, and they're looking for determined, resourceful people with initiative. Just log on to FloridaHomeAC.com/careers to find out more.
If your home doesn't have a fireplace, CSS can install a beautiful electric or gas fireplace from Heat & Glow with no major remodel required. See their showroom or CSSOutdoor.com for a free estimate. CSS, you dream it, we build it.
And that concludes the Joe C. Jack of All Trades show. Tune in next week where I'll be installing my own French drain.
Joe, wake up, man.
Hey, John, I must have dozed off.
We finished those projects you started.
Whoa, my seamless gutters are actually seamless.
And they're connected into underground PVC drain lines.
And my sprinklers. Wow, look at that coverage.
Next time, just call me first, Joe.
I will, but I ain't singing that song.
Clearwater irrigation
and drainage too.
Attention men and women. If you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back. Call 904-777-IHRS for a limited time free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
Thank you, IHRS.
Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry and receive a free hair and scalp examination and get 2 weeks of laser treatments for free. Call IHRS at 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Hairforme.com.
This is the home of the Florida Gators. Get your Gators hoops on 1010XL. Brought to you by the personal injury attorneys of Farah and Farah, Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville, and Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors. 1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC.
All right, so Anthony Richardson news. This is worded very interestingly. The Colts have given Anthony Richardson permission to seek a trade.
So
I didn't realize that he needed to have permission to do that. I thought it was on them to make the trade.
I think if you're just trying to go down the road, let's just say it's a disgruntled player that is good, right? And you're in a crappy situation. Let's just use Trey Hendrickson as an example. And he didn't like his contract and yada, yada, yada. And he goes to him, I want out. And then finally they relent, they give up. They said, you know what? Hey, we'll give you permission to seek trade. Do whatever you want. Your agent starts making phone calls, but it's got to be good for this to go down. For Anthony Richardson, I think he may just say, hey, you just try and find a bidder, not the highest bidder. Just find a bidder that will take your deal, and we might look at it. What's your interpretation?
I agree with you. He has no credentials, to be quite honest with you. He's been hurt. He struggled when he did play. I mean,
he tapped out, remember?
Yeah, he tapped out. I mean, he's got all kinds of stuff going on.
Sounds like a perfect Jets or Steelers quarterback.
Well, it's funny because Justin Fields, unfortunately, is going to be on his fourth team in his – what would that be, his sixth year?
Yeah. But here's the thing, though. He just probably needs a new environment. He needs to find – I mean, because he's relatively young in his career with the NFL.
Yes.
So, I mean, maybe he just needs a new environment. It's got to suck to go to the facilities every day when everybody knows that you're not going to play or you're not you're essentially a bust.
Yeah.
He's essentially a bust for the Colts right now.
And I think,
so you might want to you got to find another place where you can reestablish yourself as a player.
Yeah, I mean, injuries clearly have been a factor, no doubt about it. But I don't know how they're already moved on to Danny Jones. 2 years.
Well, the other thing with Daniel Jones, and this is probably why JJ said they gave him permission, because they want to lock up Daniel Jones. Now, imagine this. You picked a guy 4th overall. He went through, what year is this? Was this his 3rd year? Does that sound right? His 3rd year, first year shut down with the shoulder, 2nd year uneven, then got hurt, and this year obviously did not go well. They had to bring Daniel Jones in.
I think this is his 3rd year coming up.
This is his 3rd.
Oh, let me look it up.
Okay, thank you. So, shoulder the first year, had only started 13 games in college, least ever for a first-rounder, tying Mitch Trubisky. Gone for the bulk of his first year. So this last year was his 2nd. Okay. And we all know what happened.
This is 4th coming up.
That's what,
yeah.
Went by fast.
Gosh, man. And so so this last year was his 3rd year. So in that, they've had to bring in Danny Jones because they weren't sure of how it was going to go down. And basically, they're now just going to say goodbye to him and just eat it, which is kind of what Chicago did when they said goodbye to Justin Fields, is it not?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Exactly what it is.
Yeah,
exactly.
Cut your losses.
Well, he was the number 4 pick overall, so I mean his contract was totally guaranteed, right? His whole
they
contract.
Still can pick up. Where's the cutoff point as far as because
the option year is his 5th year. He's going into his 4th year, right?
Right, and so that's guaranteed.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
That part's guaranteed. Then you get to the 5th year, they decide not to pick it up, which is the same thing that happened with Justin Fields. And so now, if they give him permission to get out of town earlier than say a Justin Fields, then yeah, that's crazy. All right, let's get back to our mock. And we're going to try and work in the Honey Badger before the top of the hour because he had something interesting to say about the Jags brass when he was going through the draft process and was at the NFL Combine. All right, Big Sir, so we at number 124?
Actually, 125.
Okay, I love it.
125. All right, now this pick of mine is probably questionable because I didn't know his productivity before I drafted him. But
who are you, Dave?
Oh, I'm just
Never mind.
I'm just trying to save face a little bit. Kevin Coleman Jr. Kevin Coleman Jr. wide receiver, Missouri, 5'11", 180, has 4.4 speed. Only had 1 touchdown last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
The productivity needs to be.
Yeah. 66 catches, 732 yards. Has elite top end speed, but only had 1 touchdown.
Okay. All right. And so, by the way, the Missouri Tigers is just as far as the trying to get the guys like Luther Burden a year ago. They
Churning out
quite,
NFL players, man.
Yeah, but they didn't get the numbers. Like even Luth didn't have some of the numbers, kind of referring to what Big Search is talking about. All right, Matty.
All right, so by trading back, I got picks 106, 112, 117, and 128.
Not bad.
That's you're looking at 4 picks and 22. That's
and hit how many positions?
That's a pretty good Gladstone pick move by me, by the way. And I got 1, 2, 3 different positions.
Okay.
All right, so I started out with the 2 tackles, Agent Orange and Chris McClellan. Then at 117, I've got Jude Bowery, a 6'5", long, huge wingspan offensive tackle from Boston College, who's played in a pro system the last 2 years under Bill O'Brien. So he'll have a little easier transition. That's the hope.
That is the hope. That's what you want. All right. I went with another guy along the defensive line, and I am trying to basically pack in. If I say goodbye to Mason Smith, if I see Eric Armstead retire or restructure this year and he plays a little less and less, I am trying to create the biggest front in National Football League.
Amen. I'm with you on that. Amen.
And so we've already got Big Citrus plugged in there, and I went with the Godfather, okay? Dante Corleone. I'm now in love with 2 guys along the defensive front that I may have in every draft. I got the Godfather, and I've got Big Citrus. Both of those guys are going to be there. And so Dante Corleone is a righteous 6 foot 1/2 inch, and he's toting 340 pounds. Okay, that is a big.
Wait. He's 6'1", 340.
Yes.
That's a big boy.
That is a big.
That is a big man.
Saucer of size interiorly, and so that's who I've got.
That is a love seat. That is a big love seat.
There is a love seat.
I love. We're going back. We're going back to the old country.
Yes.
It would just be awesome if they had Corleone. I'd put cotton in my mouth every time I mentioned him. So that's who we got, Dante Corleone, the Don.
The Don.
Not by accident that they named him the Don.
He comes here. That's what he's going to be to you, the Don.
The Don. All right, let's keep it going.
All right, here we go. At 162, I've got offensive guard from Kentucky, 6'5", 318, Jalen Farmer. Scouts say he's sturdy and powerful presence, anchors quickly and consistently, displaces defensive linemen on double teams, has average movement skills, and average one-on-one battles.
Okay.
He's a big old body.
All right, Matt.
I don't know if I like that average movement skills and average one.
I know. Could be a bit of a concern.
I didn't
like
see
average.
this after I picked him. So another questionable pick.
All right, my next pick is at 128. And I just got a gut feeling that they're going to get a tight end high. I just feel like that's going to be a priority for them. And I got him taking Eli Stowers from Vanderbilt, who isn't really he's more of a move tight end. There's no doubt about that. But he's the guy that's shown in the last couple of years, also another former quarterback, along with Jacob Rodriguez, a guy who has shown the ability to not only get open, but to make difficult catches at Vanderbilt. He's very athletic, too.
All right, okay.
Big fan of Eli Stowers.
Right.
Back-to-back All-SEC, by the way, too.
Yeah, and look, if you're talking about going up against SEC quality defenses, that type of stuff is going to help you a bunch. All right, 162, I went with an SEC player in Austin Barber, so a little bit later in the draft, looking for a guy that you can plug in. They are making some tough decisions on who they're going to have. As far as contracts going forward, you're going to replace McCary. He may have to do a renegotiation this year, but it'll probably be around this year. You would at least think that right now. We'll see where it goes. Anyway, I went with Austin Barber.
Okay.
All right, Big Sirs.
All right. I got 164. All right, I got the straight up baller from the University of Miami, the safety, Jacoby Thomas.
Okay.
Yeah, the run stopper, blitz machine, tackle for law. You notice how the Miami guys are just pump up. But no, he's a hell of a player.
And so you can see Anthony Campanelli putting him in a good spot.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, coming off the edge.
He's a game changer. I mean, he can blitz well, tackle for loss, fill the hole when it comes to the run game, defend, all that kind of stuff.
Beautiful. I love it. All right, Matt.
All right. My pick, which, by the way, is pick number 150. So I have 2 more picks until I get to 164. That's how James Gladstone
That's 10 in the 164.
figured this thing out, okay? Is Bryce Lance, a wide receiver from North Dakota State.
I looked at that dude.
I saw him too.
Yeah. And he's another guy. I'll look and see. I've got too many.
He's been a very productive receiver. He's a lot like Christian Watson. He's 6'3", 210. He can run.
Right.
Very similar type player.
All right, real quick, because we got to take a break.
On the outside,
Yeah, we got to take a break. I just wanted you to know I looked at that guy, and I got him at 202. So who's a better GM right now? I love it. I love it. See, because you took shots at me last week with who's the better. I got him at 202 right there.
But at the very least, we're both zeroing in on a guy who's had 25 touchdown passes in the last 2 years.
That dude, instead of 1, like Leon.
Yeah, that's a shot.
All right, it's XL Primetime.
XL Primetime. Driven by Big Number 1 Duval Ford. Elite service for elite companies.
Hello, you're on the air.
There's more to 1010XL than radio.
1010XL is multimedia.
All communication lines are clear.
Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Find 1010XL on your social channels.
Let's get ready to rumble! This Saturday is the River City Rumble. UNF men's basketball welcomes JU to CSI Company's court at UNF Arena. It's a rivalry like no other as JU crosses town to UNF. Be there for one of the biggest sporting events in the city this Saturday at 6. Secure your seats at UNFospreys.com/buy tickets now. UNFospreys.com/buy tickets now. Swoop!
Leon Cersei here, your lemon pepper guy. You know Wingstop always deliver. And I'm not talking about their cooked-to-order, hand-tossed and sauce sandwiches in your flavor of 12 different flavors. I'm not talking about the house ranch that if you dare do it, you can double dip. I'm talking about Wingstop delivers straight to your door, and they're open until 1 a.m. So visit wingstop.com and use the app to get the flavors delivered right to your door late night, only at Wingstop.
Life is about choices and the decisions you make. I'm David Robbins with Epstein & Robbins. If you're convicted of a DUI, you'll have to face severe consequences. Walking through the doors of the courthouse or appearing at a bond hearing can be extremely intimidating. Without the right lawyer, you're likely to make the wrong decision. Let our team help you make the right decisions in court. Epstein & Robbins, the right choice.
Epstein & Robbins, fighting for your rights since 1975.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On February 26, 2002, by playing just 5 minutes for the Sacramento Kings, Chucky Brown set a league record by taking the floor with his 12th NBA team.
Instant Keys is turning 25, a quarter century of saving the day when your keys mysteriously vanish.
Seriously, it was just in my pocket.
Or when that remote fob decides to quit working.
The dealership is such a hassle.
For 25 years, Instant Keys has been the go-to locksmith service for car keys, house keys, transponders, re-keys, and even high-tech smart locks. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you for honest, professional locksmith service. Use Instant Keys.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cashback app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and there's a gas station at the next exit offering 25 cents per gallon cash back.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code LAUGH to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code LAUGH for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code LAUGH for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
I used to
dread going to the dentist. Every visit felt like a sales pitch with constant upselling, surprise fees on my bill, and I could never get in when I needed to. But Harbor Dental Care? Totally different. They saw me the next day, gave me honest pricing up front, and even set me up with a payment plan I could actually afford. No pressure, no surprise charges, just kind people who get it. If you want to experience dentistry the way it should be, book your appointment today at harbordental.care. That's HARBOUR dental.care.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. XL Primetime Thursday, restored by Rebound Rehab, with 12 locations across the First Coast. Check out reboundrehab.com.
They can help you, that's for sure. Auto accident, sports injury, workers' comp. I call it age-itis. It can get us. It can get us. Make sure you check them out, reboundrehab.com. All right, we've got one of our coaches, Mark Duffner, coming in to take us through the combine, at least a bunch of stuff that he did for many years up there as a coach trying to find new talent. But right now, let's get some new talent as we finish out the rest of our mock. Big Sirs, hit what you have remaining.
All right. I got 160 at 169. I got quarterback, University of Miami, Carson Beck.
Say that number again that you drafted.
169, fifth round. Yeah. At 195, I got Caden Barnett, offensive guard, Wyoming. At 235, I've got the tight end from TCU, DJ Rogers. And at 245, I got the wide receiver, Miami, C.J. Daniels.
So I will admit, I was intrigued by the idea of taking a quarterback late.
So was I. I have been each time.
Well, last week, I had Kate Klubnik on the board, and I'm pass.
Me too.
Yeah. Carson Beck may not be a bad option to have late. And he, what happens? Maybe turns into a guy that you see in the preseason and someone wants to go trade for. You never know. You never know. All right, hit yours.
All right, my final run starts at 162. TJ Hall, the cornerback from Iowa, solid player for a few years at Iowa. Romello Height, the edge from Georgia Tech. Texas Tech, the other side of David Bailey. Had a very productive year there. 178, I've got Jalen Farmer, big guard from Kentucky. And at 195, I've got Owen Heineke, linebacker of Oklahoma.
All right, beautiful. So we all tried to hit as many different positions as we possibly could. I went to the tight end, Jack Indries, 164, the tight end out of Texas, and I believe he was earlier on the board last week. But anyway, he was there at 164. I just mentioned to Matt, Bryce Lance, I got him at 202. And the cat is productive out of North Dakota State. Roman Hinby, that's your running back mate out of Indiana, alongside Keelan
Black.
Yeah, there you go. And got him 234. We'll find out whether those guys are there that late. And then Thaddeus Dixon, cornerback out of North Carolina. And so, honestly, if this team comes out of this draft and gets a handful of, not all of them have to be starters. Obviously, the upper half need to step in, either start or contribute a bunch early in these games. But if you get this last roster class and a Caleb Ransaw plays his fanny off and becomes what you want him to be, that feels like an extra draft pick. And then obviously Travis Hunter does as well. So if you can have that and get, 4 or 5 more quality people?
Yeah. I mean, listen, your top 100 has got to be rotational guys. They got to be guys. They got to be rotational guys. They got to be in the, if not first string, second string rotational. Your latter guys has got to be special teams guys. They got to be guys that you can rely on the special teams, whether it be punt, kickoff, whatever. So that's, if you can get a nice little variation of those with your top 100 and then your back end guys could be special teamers, I think you've done your job.
All right. Now, you mentioned special teams. Give me that, because this one struck me. It didn't just happen, but I definitely wanted to bring this up before the top of the hour.
That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC.
So I made a note of this, and as soon as Big was talking about special teams, it reminded me of it. Aubrey, the kicker for the Dallas Cowboys, wants to be paid $10 million a year.
What?
Why not?
Well, he is productive, but I think the highest paid dude right now is around 6. He wants 10.
Well, you can ask for whatever you want to ask for. Don't mean you're going to get it.
I do love it because some of these numbers just blow your mind when you see what is being paid now versus, and I like it because Big Sur would go back, what? When you think of the numbers that you guys had back in the day.
That he'd have been the highest paid player in the league at your time had he got that number, right?
Yeah, absolutely. In our locker room, yeah. $10 million a year.
Yeah, 10. Now, he was nails when it came to booting 50-plus yarders and so on and so forth. There wasn't much he didn't miss, but at the same time, there's only so many times he trots out there. And I don't know if it is automatic, like if Cam Little keeps rocking and rolling, are we talking about a $10 million kicker in Duval?
Yeah, could.
I mean, but that won't happen until he's got 2 more years before you have to pay him.
And these
so
numbers,
then it won't be so crazy. I mean, it'll be crazy, but it won't be that crazy.
Yeah. When I heard it, I'm like, oh. And I guess, as Big Search just said, you can ask for whatever you want.
I mean, he's arguably the best kicker in the league, right?
Oh, yeah. He is. He's the guy who is ascended right now. Record setter in little name, big leg here, the record setter, but Aubrey had been consistent really the entire season.
But here's the thing. This kicker that's asking for all this kind of money, I mean, when has he kicked that it really mattered, like in the playoffs? I mean, does he have any history of game-winning kicks or game-tying kicks, anything in that capacity?
No, because the Cowboys don't have any.
That's the point I'm making. The Cowboys haven't done anything for this man to be asking for $10 million a year for kicking the ball in the regular season.
It's like you said, he can ask for anything he wants.
That's right. You ask for everything you want. Hey, the audacity.
All right.
The kahunas.
Well, let's get into the 1 o'clock hour. Let's welcome Mark Dubner in, one of our coaches. He's going to kind of take us through his combine duties as he was with the Bengals with really 50 years of coaching college and pro, including a number of years here in Duval, coaching the Jags linebackers. We'll get into all that coming up on XLP.
XL Primetime.
Driven by Duval Ford. Duval and defense.
The ball is out. The ball is out.
Things in Jacksonville.
Another sack for this Jacksonville defense.
Things on 1010XL.
It's Cancer Prevention Month, and Ackerman Urology reminds you to stay ahead of prostate, bladder, and kidney health. Get a yearly checkup, ask about a screening, and make self-checks a habit. To make an appointment at one of 4 locations, visit ackermanurology.com.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
Gators in the morning, Florida for lunch, a late night Gator snack. Whenever you're ready, the Gator Podcast channel is too. Set up by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists on the video and social channels of 1010XL.
Hi, Jacksonville. This is Dr. George Bari, an orthopedic surgeon who is fellowship trained in sports medicine by the Dr. James Andrews. Wintertime is upon us, and you may notice you wake up in the morning with some aches and pains in the shoulders and knees. If this happens to you, don't forget, stay mobile to try to reduce stiffness in your joints. And if that doesn't work, come see me at Bari Orthopedics, where we can treat you with cortisone injections and platelet-rich plasma injections and other non-invasive needs. Visit me at bariorthopedics.com.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Zero Res Month of Love sale. Hicken here. Not only is your carpet one of the biggest investments in your home, it's also the biggest air filter in your home. If your carpet hasn't been professionally cleaned, you're breathing unhealthy levels of nasty dirt, dander, bacteria, and germs that keep recirculating again and again. Lucky for you, Zero Res is going to spread the love to you and your home. Get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $149. Book online at ZeroResJacksonville.com and say you want the 1010XL or Dan Hicken special.
Zero Res.
Golf for a great cause. It's the UNF 4 Scholarship Golf Classic, Friday, March 27th at Queens Harbor. Support the Swoop Impact Fund with a sponsorship or foursome. Contact jc.wegner@unf.edu.
The Purple Heart isn't just a name. It represents service, discipline, and earning trust. At Purple Heart Pools, that standard shows up most in pool renovations. If your pool is outdated or worn down, now's the time to upgrade. so when summer arrives, your pool is ready. From new finishes and tile to decking, lighting, and full transformations, every upgrade is handled with precision and attention to detail. Purple Heart Pools. Pool renovations done right.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville, and if you check out their showroom in the month of March, you're going to see some really cool rides.
We do. We've got this all-new Euro motorcycle going to be on display one day. We're having some demos the next day. Here with Sullivan, she's got some more detail.
March 11th, come down to Cycles of Jacksonville. We'll have the static day where you can see all of the machines. And then March 12th, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., we have demo rides. Come test drive your new Euro.
These things are cool. I've never seen it yet. All new Euro motorcycles. You're not going to want to miss it.
Check out Cycles of Jacksonville Facebook and Instagram.
Are high-interest credit cards and other loans sucking the life out of your finances? It's time to say no more. Let Loan Pronto tap the equity on your home and get the cash you need now so you can pay it all off. Hey, it's Prosser here. Corey and Jack called Loan Pronto in a matter of days. They had $160,000. They kept their 3% mortgage intact, didn't even need an appraisal, and with all that cash, they wiped out all their credit cards and 2 car loans, saving $2,000 a month. You can do it too. LoanPronto.com, the rapid equity loan program, can get you $100,000, $200,000, even $500,000 in cash. Chloe and Ethan just did it. Consolidated all their high-interest debt into one super low monthly payment, giving them an extra $1,000 a month. Imagine, pay off all the credit cards, slash your monthly payments, breathe easier. Get your life back. Interest rates are at 3-year lows. Call Loan Pronto today, 904-999-1500. That's 904-999-1500, or go to loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781. Visit NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. Marjay Saunders for 1010XL. The Orlando Magic are coming off a big emotional win over the LA Lakers in Los Angeles, as well as a 110-109 victory against the LA Clippers in Inglewood. Following their 3-1 record on the West Coast swing, they return home to face Kevin Durant and the Houston Rockets. That game will tip off at 7:30 p.m. Jalen Suggs listed as a game time decision. Right now, 73 degrees at 1 o'clock. Time and 10 brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. XL Primetime Thursday, restored by Rebound Rehab, with 12 locations across the First Coast. Check out reboundrehab.com.
All right, we got one of our coaches, Mark Duffner, in studio in the 1 o'clock hours. We get it rolling. Joe C., Matty Hayes, Big Sirs, JJ Thomas in the first hour. He gets a passing grade, right? He's feeling it.
He's been killing it.
Yeah. So
shout out to hopefully a future producer here.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thomas the Train.
Let me just ask you something real quick. First off, just say, hey, coach. And then just so we don't ignore you right now, just say, hey. Say, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
Okay, good. All right, now. Are you bringing Thomas in when you leave next week?
No,
Is that what's going on?
ET will be filling in for this show.
Okay.
When I am at this time next year, I'll be in, or at this time next week, I'll be in Florence, baby.
Nice.
He's going to Italy next week.
Yeah, bro.
That's how you do that.
Very cool.
Yeah, so he's loving it. Second trip to Italy, but first with a newborn on the way.
Yeah, I guess Blake calls it a baby. I forget what it's called, but it's a thing where people take a trip before they have a kid and before our life is completely over.
Maybe the bilingual, maybe 3 different languages before it's all said and done.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing the she speaks to the baby only in Spanish and I speak to the baby only in English.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
My mom, 100% Mexican. She spoke to me, but I never really understood a word of it. Unfortunately,
do you play music on the belly?
I think we should start to. Don't they say play like Mozart or whatever?
Yeah. Okay. Whatever you want.
Yeah, whatever you want, bro.
Okay, metal.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Trying to get a smart kid to pop out is what he's trying to do right now. All right, Coach Duff, welcome in. You doing good?
Doing great. Real happy to be with you guys.
Listen, we appreciate it. And it's so funny because when we're talking combine, and Coach Duffner coached here for a number of years, 50 years total coaching. That's a half century of work in the college and the pro game. And in your time up in Cincinnati, you had 2 trips up there, right?
Yes, sir.
And I couldn't help but think of it. I said, I bet coaches had to do a lot of the scouting work in Cincinnati because that budget was a little tinier up there, was it not?
Oh, yeah. So my first stint in Cincinnati, we did not have we had one person in personnel, one guy in the personnel staff.
Soak that up.
So we did all the scouting. So once the season was over, you had about a week to review the season, and then, baby, you were into free agency, and and draft preparation. I went to 45, 50 schools 6 years in a row, looking at players. And so really was a great experience. You got a chance I'd come off of being a college recruiter, but now I became an NFL evaluator and a guy in terms of big play and player acquisition. So it was a great experience.
So, Coach, when you had the opportunity to sit down with these players, what was the most important eval or question that you asked the player? Because I know when I was at Miami, I was prepped, and I already loved the game of football. So when they asked me the question, will money change your desire and love and of football? And I said, absolutely not. I love the game, love to compete. Is that one of the questions you had? You want to figure out what kind of guy loves the game of football?
Oh, absolutely. But let me say this to you. As the years have gone on, these guys have become prepped in a way it's like a tape recorder in terms of the answers, So early on, I think that the personal interview that you had with the young men was pretty legitimate because there wasn't quite the same depth of preparation that they've had. I mean, they've been coached by professional people to interview, and they're all pretty good interview people. But the thing I liked to do more was watch them interact with their groups during the testing, and also not even with like the 40-yard dash, but some of the more minor events that they did, just to see how they interact, how they listen to instructions, how they followed direction, who was the alpha in the group. And then I spent a lot of time talking to the group leaders to see how are these guys, who's on time all the time, who's respectful, who's paying attention, who's not, who was the pain in the back end that you had all the time. There's a lot of data you can get if you dig around.
So what do you think, at the end of the day, what do you think is more valuable to a team's draft process, the combine or the individual school workouts?
I'd probably say the individual school workouts, and I'll tell you why. Because, again, if you're really doing your job, you want to dig around. And most of the people, when you talk to people at their respective school, the players' respective school, they're going to be very pro and very positive to the guy. But, it's important to maybe meet with the equipment man, to get with other people, not just the coaching staff or the, some of the people, the academic people, but try to get as thorough background as you possibly can. And then, you see him in that realm. I always tried to take him out to eat and, see how he was during that event, and then also talk football, watch film with him too. So you have more time than you do at the combine. The combine is kind of hurried a little bit, and the interview process is a shorter process. So I trailed him all over the place. I mean, I was there, I'd watch you for the whole time you were there as best I possibly could.
So the length of like one-on-one time you get with players, is it more at the schools or is it more at the combines?
Well, it can be more at the school.
Yeah, it's speed dating at the combine.
So how much time, like give us the difference. How much do you get to actually talk to a player at the combine as opposed to the school?
Well, generally it's about 15 minutes.
At the combine?
Yeah, there's either, scheduled interviews, or if they're in group interviews in what we used to call the train station, they still were 15-minute intervals. You could visit with them. But I always tried to call. I tried to call the guys that I knew I wanted to see beforehand and introduce myself on the phone and go through a lot of the standard question and answers. Then hopefully they weren't as prepared as they were coming to the combine with. And then I get on other topics when I saw them at the combine.
But you're right about the other thing, Duff. It's a cottage industry, getting guys ready for the draft. We talk to the quarterback whisperer, Denny Thompson, all the time, prepping his guys for the combine or pro days, and it is a niche industry.
Oh, no, big time.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of money to be made in the preparation of that, and these guys start really, some of them, if they've opted out of a bowl game, they're starting right then and there. And so, the preparation is something that a lot of people could take advantage of, and in terms of an example of how to get ready for anything. So now you're also allowed like 3 Zoom calls. You can get a 60-minute Zoom call with the players in addition to the other interview opportunities. And I tried to take advantage of all those. You're always just trying to get, if we have an opportunity to know as much about the guy, how does he learn? How coachable is he? How competitive is he? All those things.
Now, Coach, did you ever have an opportunity to have a kid get on the whiteboard as far as you being the defensive coach and coordinator and stuff like that, to draw up different like formations and stuff like that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I know as an offensive lineman, they did that to me it didn't think I knew all the positions from center, guard, and tackle. So they had me draw up counter, this zone, this and that, under defense, over stack, 3-4, on that kind of stuff. And I was equipped for it. I'm just asking you. You want to make sure these guys that you're evaluating, that they know their stuff.
Absolutely. And what you just said, I haven't seen many that did just as good as you just talked about there. That's impressive as heck. But there'll be some that, and I try to ask them something not as commonly asked, to just make sure to determine what their depth was as far as that. Also, I put clips and film together and say, okay, what were you looking at on this play? What was this coverage? What was this? What was the coaching points that you knew about on this snap? So, and make sure it was film they hadn't seen.
I was going to say, were those good plays and bad plays?
Yes, yeah, both.
Oh, okay.
Both. Yeah, you're not. It's easy to talk about a highlight film, but how about when you're not doing so well? Or if I had a clip in there where he was loafing, I'd say, well, what happened on this snap? Again. So you want to try to go A to Z as best you can in the inquisition of these guys. Yeah.
All right. We're talking with Mark Duffner, one of our coaches. You guys can jump in 641-1010. Let us know what is as often as you went, hearing that this front office decides not to go. The only reason they went a year ago, as far as Jimmy Gladstone's is concerned, because he learned under the less need LA Rams way of doing things, they went because they had just got hired. And they needed to talk to everybody last year, not this year. What was your reaction?
Well, there's a lot of ways to skin a cat, and I've seen a lot of staffs, not go. In fact, that's kind of moving in that direction more and more each and every year. That staffs are relying or choosing to stay back at home. But I think that I still think there's something to gain from it. If I had to choose between, as we talked earlier about the combine experience versus the pro day experience, I'd opt for the pro day. But a lot of teams aren't even utilizing those as much as they used to. And actually, you're seeing a lot of conferences right now, instead of having separate pro days, all through the month of March and early April, they're now collectively making
the Big 12 did that.
Small, Big 12.
They did a mini combine.
It's been going on for a while.
Yeah.
And so that, you lose some of that face-to-face. I just think I like to work kind of independently and get with you one-on-one and work you out and do that type of thing versus the group thing.
Do you see the NFL? Like, if what you're saying is more and more teams are pulling away from this, and there was 5 last year, right, Joe? Who knows how many?
Named them early. Yeah,
who knows how many there will be this year? Does the NFL at some point, if you start getting the double-digit teams not going to that thing with staffs, not scouts, does the NFL get in and say, "Hey, this is a television product for us. You guys got to go"?
That could happen. I know one thing. It's certainly become a moneymaker in terms of the TV, and I mean the bench press now is on TV and all the different
40s
things.
And
it's a show.
Yes, it's a show, and they sell advertising for it.
Well, and the fans love it. I mean, it's something to increase the availability of football and what it's all about. So, I mean, I really enjoyed being on the field with them. There was most of the time if I ran drills, but if I didn't run the drill, I wanted to be down there just listening and watching. Again, did a young man understand directions? Did he have to do it over again? Was he clearly having great effort and enthusiasm? Was he a little distant? Whatever the case may be, I think there's value in all that.
I love it. I love it. All right, Mark Duffner hanging out with us. We're talking combine, Jaguar ball. You guys want to hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Throw some questions our way. We'll throw them Coach Duff's way. 641-1010. You can do that or jump in the YouTube chat.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford. This is where the action is.
Go, go, go!
Making things happen so you're never in the dark. 1010XL.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
The road to March runs through Jacksonville. The 2026 Atlantic Sun Conference men's and women's basketball tournament is coming to VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena. Catch all 24 Division I basketball programs in action March 3rd through 9th. Reserve your seat today at asunsports.org/tickets. Jacksonville is the destination for ASUN basketball. Get your tickets to the 2026 Atlantic Sun Conference men's and women's basketball tournament today. asunsports.org/tickets.
Jacksonville is thinking teal, and so are Mike Dempsey and Fat Tony. It's Jaguars Today, breaking down everything Jags and NFL. Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson, custom windows and doors. Weekdays 10 to noon on 1010XL.
Hey Jacksonville, David Garrard here. If you want a street legal golf cart that's built with quality and style, check out Dynamic Drives and Designs in Jacks Beach. They have new, used, and fully customized carts from the top brands like Atlas, Dodge, and Pilot Car. Every car gets a complete expert inspection, so you know it's ready to hit the road. Their team can help you design the perfect custom cart that fits your style and needs. For your custom golf cart, visit dynamicdrivesdesign.com today and see your perfect ride.
The Players' Championship returns to TPC Sawgrass March 10th through 15th. Experience golf's most iconic stage with enhanced food and beverage offerings, interactive fan attractions, and an atmosphere built for every type of fan. See the best players in the world, including world #1 Scotty Scheffler, 2025 champion Rory McIlroy, and fan favorite Brooks Koepka take on the legendary Stadium Course and the famous Island Green. Tickets available at theplayers.com.
Leon Serza here, your lemon pepper guy. You know Wingstop always deliver. And I'm not talking about their cook-to-order, hand-sauced and tossed chicken sandwich in your choice of 12 mouth-watering flavors. I'm not talking about the house-made ranch. So good, nobody will blame you if you double dip. I'm talking about Wingstop that delivers straight to your door. And did you know they're open until 1 a.m.? So visit wingstop.com or use the app to get flavors delivered right to your door late night only at Wingstop.
Can't stop. Wingstop.
Checkmate. I'm Brendan Cecilia, founder of Checkmate Coatings.
And I'm Chester, company mascot at your service.
There are 2 important steps to installing the perfect garage floor. The 2-stage coating application, sure, but nothing is more important than preparing the floor. Our team uses diamond grinding machines to grind your floors to a smooth, level finish. Only then can we...
Hold on! You grind garage floors with perfectly lovely diamonds?
No, Chester. We grind floors to perfection using the very best ugly diamonds. Too ugly for jewelry, but perfect for the grinding pads we use to prep the surface.
Perfect preparation and application. Now that's a perfect marriage.
Ugly diamonds?
Check. Perfect preparation?
Check. Smooth, gorgeous, gleaming floors that really catch your eye? Checkmate!
Transforming your floors, making them great. Checkmate.
Visit checkmatecoatings.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. XL Primetime Thursday, restored by Rebound Rehab, with 12 locations across the First Coast. Check out reboundrehab.com.
All right, we got to try and play the Honey Badger sound coming up in just a little bit as far as his combine experience with the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I'm looking back at time, and Honey Badger was a guy you probably would like to have gotten your mitts on if you were a personnel evaluator, safe to say. We got Mark Duffner hanging out with us, one of our coaches. You can easily hit us up, 641-1010, hit the text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures, and some questions that you might have just as far as trying to seek talent. Jimmy Gladstone's, as I like to call him, Duff. What do you call him and Liam and
the three wise men?
Yeah, the three wise men. That's another good one.
I like that.
Because they definitely have brought
gold, frankincense, and myrrh.
Yes. You better believe it, to Duval, which I love. And so I like what you're saying, that they don't have to be there. The tape comes back. Trust the tape of the actual games they played. And I think that's what I'm gleaning out of all this. They don't do the 30 pre-draft visits either, Coach, which is interesting.
It is. Again, though, it's gotten so professionally prepped that you wonder how much of it's valid. And so, is there the validity coming out of the prospect in terms of how they've been prepped? And so I think where you can get them where it's a setting that's not one that they're being prepared for, that's the best thing you can do. But I subscribe thoroughly to what they do in terms of the tape is the best
Trust
thing
the
you can
tape.
do. Sometimes guys got way over interested in the measurables. The as we call it, underwear testing and all that type of thing. That's part of the equation if you let it be, but not the main part. I mean, there's a lot of guys who look pretty and can jump and run and do things, but it's about playing football. The tape is the best thing.
Yeah, I'm a proponent of that because your play is your resume. Now, have you ever gone to the combine and they have you look at a specific kid and has great tape, but didn't have a great combine, and you had to fight for that kid as far as still sell him to the team, even though the combine wasn't as well?
Sometimes it depended on the philosophy of the personnel staff. A lot of a lot of those, they have different ones. Some of them are so much into the measurables. Well, he ran this, he jumped this, he lifted this, he was this sudden in the short shuttle, or whatever the case may be. Well, again, to me, it's the film. If you have to weigh anything and weigh it heavily, it's how does he play? What's his effort level? What's his production level? This is football. We're not jumping on vertical jump. We're not lifting weights. We're getting off of blocks, or we're blocking people. We're trying to get extra yards. We're trying to make big plays. And so there's a lot that goes into it. And certain staffs have, different priorities. But I like to be, and I'll stand on the table for the tape on somebody.
So that's perfect segue with what I was going to ask you. With the staffs, more in draft week and draft day. On draft day, you guys are not in the war room, correct? Like the staff.
Different at every team.
Okay. So will they allow you, will they say, Mark, what do you feel about this cat? And have you ever stood up and stood on a table for a player and said, this is the guy we got to have?
Without a doubt. So let me just give you a little bit of history on that. So at Cincinnati, so Matt, if you were coaching the defensive line at Cincinnati, your job, and even today, you're responsible basically for the ranking of the players in the draft. And obviously we all make the presentations. You would report your valuations, your write-ups. And when it came down to the selection, if they thought, okay, in the second round, we're going to take a D lineman, they'd come right to you. And you had, when I was there early on, you had the number one job of picking that draft.
So you would do your own evaluation, then talk to the scouts and talk to them about the players, and then come up with your, or would it be just on your evaluation?
Okay, so when I first was at Cincinnati, it was just on mine.
Okay.
In other words, so I ranked the board at linebackers. And then if we took, in my second year there, we took 2 first-round picks, Brian Simmons and Tequila Spikes. Talked about Brian had played against Leon before. But
pretty good players.
And we actually took 4 guys at my second year in the league, and that was all on me. So, and some of the coaches on the staff at that time said, hey, Duff, you don't want that, man. Don't. I said, what the flip? I want the best player I possibly can. But I was a young guy on the staff. But they're saying, oh, shit, you're going to be in trouble if you miss. Well, if I miss, I miss. But I'm going to try to get the best guy I can. So that's that at that place. Some places the coaches have more input or less input. When you do all this work, and most of these guys are going to write up 50 players at their position, you want to at least have a chance to swing the bat a little bit and say, hey, this is what I believe. This is the guy's strengths and weaknesses. I'd like him at this spot. It goes around. Most places will make a collective decision, but you clearly want input. Sometimes the coach's input's strong. Sometimes it's maybe not as strong. Depends on the philosophy of the team and the person, the GM.
GM, right.
But you want input. I mean, geez, well, Pete, if you're going to have an opportunity and the privilege to coach them, you want input on these guys.
100%.
Coach, who was the D-line coach? Because y'all had some, when I was playing, y'all had some pretty good picks at D-line, like Big Daddy Wilkinson and John Copeland.
Oh, John was good. Alabama.
I know.
Yeah. So when I was there, it was Tim Crumry who played. He was
Crumry. Old school.
He was our guy. And we had some battles with you. I told you, I knew you intimately, pal. I didn't know you personally, but I knew the kind of player you were, and I was so pleased to not play you when we did. But you were really a good player.
Appreciate it, Coach.
So
dominant.
When you talk about, like you said, boiling it down, Coach Campbell would also tell the story that when they joined the Jimmy Johnson staff in Dallas, that Coach's eyes on future prospects did pay off, because you're going to have to coach them. So you try and identify guys that you think you can get the most out of.
That's where I think, a lot of the organizations I hope to be involved with were ones where that was the atmosphere. That's the way it was, that your input and your opinion was valued, you know, and ultimately maybe you didn't have a strong, or maybe you had a strong input in the selection. I liked the fact that you did. And again, put it on me. If we miss it, it's on me. But, I'd like to, if I'm going to coach him, I want the privilege to give you the best background I can about him.
So, Coach, when it comes to guys who have character issues, all right, you see a lot of teams still take a chance on that kid. Where they figure in the right environment, we can contain them and control them.
There's been
how often does that happen, do you think, in the league?
Well, there's when there's alleged character issues, there's long discussion. Sometimes, if the character issues are such that they're a major concern, that guy's off the board. They're not going to spend the time. They're not going to. It's not a rehab program. We're a football team trying to win a championship. We're not like I mentioned, some sort of a rehab program. I think that's where the real strong study, not hearsay, but the real strong study, talking to everybody you can to come up with, is this a guy that we can help? Is he willing to be helped? All those type of things. I think everybody's worthy of a thorough study, in my opinion, as to whether or not they're a candidate for your team. And so when there's character issues, let's dive into it. But don't say no until we know as best we possibly can. And that means a lot of time investment, more than a 15-minute interview, more than a shake hands at the combine.
So I've got on social post in the last week or so. Even Big Surf was looking at the offer that Malachi Tony got from the Miami Boosters. What did it include? Unlimited.
He got $1.4 million per, and he got $500,000 for every year he stays at Miami. He has unlimited access to John Ruiz's private yacht, and he has home suite tickets to every Miami Dolphins home.
And so these things are like they're parody accounts on X, so they make them up. So anyway, I read this one from Arvell Reese. It was a quote at the combine, and I'm thinking, holy smokes, I liked it. I got to make sure that I keep a hold of this bad boy because this is going to be fun. All right, now I'm looking at Matt when I read this quote. This is a parody account, number one.
It's Ohio State young man, right?
Yeah, Ohio State. His quote, for some reason, I always struggle to play good in New York. It's weird. I probably would not blame the Jets for passing up on me. When I read the quote, I'm like, he did not say that. And it was the parody account. But that's just that stuff does not come out of kids' mouths anymore.
No.
Like you said, they're all prepped.
Oh, my gosh. It's amazing. I mean, I've seen that firsthand in the 28 years I've gone to the combine and was in the league, from when I was in it in the very beginning, in and around when Leon was coming into to now. It's amazing the metamorphosis, if you will, that these players have gotten in preparation for the combine and pro days.
Yeah, I mean, because when I was coming out of Miami, the question that I was always asked is, Leon, you played in Miami. How would you play for a team up north in the cold or whatever? Sure. And I said, I buy a jacket. What you mean how I'm going to play? That's the answer I gave him, because the narrative was that I played in Miami, that I couldn't fester playing up north, and I was like, that's not going to bother me.
Well, a lot of these questions sometimes are to try to startle you and try to distract you and do all these other things and see how you react to an adverse situation or question.
Exactly.
And so, all that is part of what goes on.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that has to be done, right? Because you're in a situation where, like we said, these guys are coached now how to respond. And if you don't come up with something off the wall, it's just going to be rote for them. Every single response is going to be the same. You got to have something to knock them a little sideways, right?
Oh, absolutely. And that's part of the art of the interview, or the interviewer, if you will. I mean, yeah, that's part of it right now. These guys are so, I mean, as I said, they're so prepared. I mean, they'll just look at you and they turn a button on and out it sputes, and so I think that, again, where you can delve into less traveled areas, if you will, when you go through the interview process, that's the way to go.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I get when the pro day and I come see you and visit with you, and I nose around to try to find out as much as I possibly can. Not negative, just I want to know who you are.
Right.
Trying to determine who is this guy.
All right, so listen to this. We're going back in time, and We called him the Honey Badger. One of the greatest nicknames for Tyrann Mathieu coming out of LSU out of college. And they went back and they replayed the interview. He was describing the interview process at the NFL Combine with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Listen.
I'd probably say one of the weirdest interviews I had was with the Jaguars. It's like 20 dudes in the room, right? It's just you by yourself. You ain't got no lawyer or nothing. This is you, like millions of dollars on the line. Right. But can I at least bring my mama with me? Right. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm sitting in there and I'm just like, like what's next? Right. And dude sitting in front of me and literally like didn't ask me anything, but was like, I want you to guess who's everybody is in the room. And I'm looking, I'm like, well, you sitting right in front of me. You must be important. You know what I mean? So right. Like, you the guy. I'm like, who are you, the owner? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's like one of my first interviews. I ain't know. Right. And so, I botched that part of it. I got all of them wrong. You know what I mean? Right. But yeah, that's sort of some of the tactics that they play with you, man.
Can you possibly expect a prospect to know who the brass is?
No, I think it was more like, hey, who do you think these guys are?
Okay.
Not like you should know them. I think it was a mind game like, hey, based on what we look like, who do you think that guy is right there? Right. Is he the boss or is he a scout or whatever? Very odd question. But like Duff said, like the weirder stuff you throw at him.
Right, but they're I think
you're trying to find something.
I think it's stupid, but I will say what they're probably trying to do is do you read people by the cover and not what's inside? Mm-hmm. I think that's probably what they're trying to get at there.
Absolutely. But I would say to
how
you
that
now,
translates to football.
Correct.
And learning football.
Right.
So if he had said that your boy was the
Dave Caldwell.
If he was the chauffeur of the car. If he had been a smart aleck,
that would have been awesome.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's start here. You're the intern.
You're the chauffeur. You're the intern. I'm just saying because he could have spun it either way.
Yeah,
I mean, he could have made it into.
I would have said all of y'all are here because you want to know me.
Right.
There you go.
I'm gonna do something for your football team that is not currently being done.
Mm-hmm.
Then you turn around, you start selling yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would say to you now, though, if that question came out, they know now. They would answer because the preparation is that good.
Right.
Yeah. It does go back to it. All right, real quick, and we'll take a break, come back, kind of wrap it up. But I'm going to pose this question, and then you answer when we come back. When you did this work as a scout, as a coach, were you looking at certain conferences, certain colleges that you knew pumped out good talent? So think about that. We'll do it coming up on XL Primetime.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford Mobile Service. Game-ready service right to your driveway. Catch Gators basketball on 1010XL.
The smoking hot 7th-ranked Gators get the top 20 Razorbacks at the O-Dome. Saturday night at 8 on 1010XL.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. Shoot your shot with Prize Picks and get $50 in lineups instantly when you play your first $5. That's right. Prize Picks is now giving you $50 in lineups when you sign up and play your first $5. Prize Picks makes every dunk, every dime, every board that much more exciting. Don't miss this chance to get started on America's #1 app for sports picks, Prize Picks. Just pick more or less on 2 6-player stat projections and watch your winnings roll in. It's just that simple. And now, Prize Picks has early payouts. If your lineup is off to a hot start, you have the option to cash out before the game even finishes. At Prize Picks, how you play is up to you. You can choose Flex Play and get paid even if one of your picks misses, or Power Play for the biggest payouts. And all Prize Picks withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. Download the Prize Picks app today, use promo code 1010XL, and get $50 in lineups instantly when you play 5 in lineups. That's $50 instantly in lineups when you play $5 in lineups. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Be the first to discover the best new home community in beautiful Green Cove Springs. Highland Trail, where the rhythm of life slows down. Enjoy green spaces, luxury pools, pickleball courts, winding trails, and more at livehighlandtrail.com. Choose from 3 premium builders, just starting in the 300s.
Oh, at Highland Trail. DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Fall in love with a new Chevy at Nimnick Chevrolet. Frank Frangie here. Right now, save up to 20% off a new Silverado or get financing rates as low as 1.9%. Unlike most dealerships, Nimnick Chevrolet has the largest inventory on the ground, ready for you to explore. And with their extensive selection, you're sure to find your perfect truck or SUV at Nimnick. Shop online 24/7 at nimnickchevy.com or visit the dealership at the corner of Park and Cassett. So who's got more new vehicles at the best prices? Nobody but Nimnick. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Jacksonville, it's official. Men's professional soccer is back with the USL Championship. Your Sporting Jacks Pro Soccer Club kicks off its historic first men's season on March 7th, bringing fast, physical, world-class soccer back to the First Coast. This is more than a new pro sports team. It's world-class soccer played on a national and international stage. Be there from the very beginning. Season tickets with seats starting at just $10 per match. On sale now at sportingjacks.com. Sporting Jacks. Pro Soccer, Pro Jacks.
Get a healthy start in 2026. The Florida Department of Health in Duval County is here to help you get healthy and stay healthy all year long. Our dedicated team is committed to providing high-quality care and trusted public health services for our community. Our mission is simple: to protect, promote, and improve the health of you and your family. Learn more about our programs and services by visiting duval.floridahealth.gov.
The Purple Heart isn't just a name, it represents service, discipline, and earning trust. At Purple Heart Pools, that standard shows up most in pool renovations. If your pool is outdated or worn down, now's the time to upgrade. So when summer arrives, your pool is ready. From new finishes and tile to decking, lighting, and full transformations, every upgrade is handled with precision and attention to detail. Purple Heart Pools. Pool renovations done right.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Now, the Monahan's golden moment. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach, your local family jewelers.
All right, my golden moment is I'm a proponent of the Plays Your Resume. I remember maybe about 7 to 8 years ago, they had this offensive tackle from Oklahoma who was projected top 5. And he had probably the worst combine he could ever have. And his draft stock dropped. And I felt sorry for the kid because he ran the 40. His bench press was terrible. He went from a top 5 pick going in the second round to the Baltimore Ravens. You know what that offensive lineman name is? Orlando Brown.
Oh, my gosh.
Who turned out to be a perennial All-Pro.
Yeah, yeah. And it's I'm hoping what this regime is all about is making sure that they trust the tape.
Yes.
I'm going to just keep saying that because I believe it. And you keep saying you play as your resume because that is the essence of it. You trust your scouts to come back from Saturdays in the fall, giving you good intel. And if they got a good scouting department and then a good group of people that once they get in the building, they put them in a great strength and conditioning program, coach, and then they start.
Yeah, it's everything. It's that. It's trusting your scouts. It's trusting your assistants to do their due diligence.
Yep.
Then when they get in there, it's trusting your assistants to develop them, right?
Absolutely. And I'm going to jump on what Leon said. I remember that exact scenario. I was in the league at that time, and Orlando Brown, geez, what. Well, all I know is I study Ozzie Newsome and his ability to pick players, and that cat is as good as there is in the league.
Yes.
I mean, and that year after year after year after year. And so what Leon said is right. The play is your resume.
Mm-hmm.
All the rest of it, again, you could put it in there, but the main decision should be based on the production and play of your player.
The play, the way you play, like it's in a cake, and your tape is like the flour, right? There's other stuff,
yeah,
but the flour holds everything together. The flour is what it's all about.
Yeah.
Man.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go back to that question that we threw at you. Did you zero in on conferences? Did you zero in on schools?
I zeroed in on what I deemed were the toughest opponent they were playing.
Mm-hmm.
Oftentimes you ask, like I'm sure Leon got asked, well, what were your best 3 or 4 games? Well, Leon would say what they were, and as he was coming out, and I sometimes consider that, but I really looked at their schedule, and I'd say, okay, here are the toughest games as I perceived them. Those were the games I watched.
Punch that.
So if Leon said ECU, Illinois State, and
not going to watch it.
Yeah.
No. It was usually Florida State, Notre Dame, and Penn State. Those I want you to watch those games.
Yeah, and most of the players do. They don't give you the soft schedule type games. But what Joe asked, I'm gonna look at what I perceived as the toughest games, the best talent they were playing against.
But that's if an SEC receiver gives you 2 of his 3 games are against non-conference or group of 5 schools, that's a red flag, right?
Red flag.
Yeah. So 13 invited to the combine from A&M, a dozen from Alabama, tied third Ohio State and LSU, 11 each. Georgia with 10, Oklahoma with 10. A lot of SEC flavor here. Miami with 10, which is tied top 5 invites. 9 for Clemson, Florida, and Indiana.
I always question sometimes, who was making the decisions on who was coming. Now, a lot of them were no-brainers, but I also saw a lot of players in my travels that I thought should have been at the combine, and then I saw a number of players that went to the combine. You're going, So I mean there is no rule of thumb on the science of it. I don't know who picks them, and I think it may be recommendations, scouts, and everybody else. But sometimes it may be political. If somebody has a nosy, hey, Matt did me a favor, so I'm going to ask his kid to come. I'm not sure about it all. All I do know is that there are a lot of worthy players that don't go to the combine. There are a number that go that you question why they're there.
So, well, when I was at Miami, Jimmy would always tell us, don't think about the NFL, think about being in Miami. He said, because when you're great, the NFL will come find you. You ain't got to worry about the NFL. If you're on great teams and you got great players, they're coming.
Without a doubt. No, you were well instructed by Coach. That's for sure.
All right, here's one off the text line for Coach, designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Coach, if you feel that the next Warren Sapp or Fred Warner is sitting at pick 27, do you make a drastic trade to move up? Primetimer says I would.
Well, I think that, I think if it depends on what you're giving up. But I mean, if I have a surefire opinion about a player that I think is going to immediately help us, you do what you can to help your team. You don't get these second chances. So if you have a chance to strike and really make an impact on your team, go get it. Get it.
Are you a big believer in bigger school guys are the better players, or are you a guy that, look, you can tell no matter where a guy plays if he's a player?
I think I can tell where a guy plays. He's a player. Now, again, the bigger school, oftentimes the competition level's higher, and so that that's something to take into consideration as far as that's concerned. But I went around for a long, long time and found players at a lot of places. Generally, more of them at the bigger schools, but it's not. I didn't, close my eyes to the smaller school player.
But if let's say there's a, back in your day it was Division I AA.
Yeah.
Let's say there's an FCS player at Murray State.
Yeah.
A wide receiver.
Yeah.
Talented guy.
Yeah.
And you can tell he's talented.
Yeah.
And you got a guy from Tennessee, a talented player, and they're basically even. Does the fact that the Tennessee cat played in the SEC and the other cat played at the FCS level, does that lean more toward the bigger school guy?
If everything was very close and pretty even, I'd lean towards a bigger school player. Now, but I've also seen guys at the Murray States that were better than those guys, and I'm going to get the guy. I'm going to try to go get him. I mean, so it's all things even. Yeah, you'll go to the bigger competition or the more tough competition. But there's players everywhere, and like Leon says, in this day and age, the coaches and staff should know where they're at.
Mm-hmm. So, Coach, to be at that smaller school, you've got to tear up the conference to get the kind of notoriety that you deserve as far as a player goes compared to the bigger schools. Because I think of two offensive linemen that I was familiar with during my day, Eric Williams, who went to Empory State, and Larry Allen, who went to Sonoma State.
Right.
Wow. Those are real small schools, but they went on to be dominant players.
Great players.
Yes.
So I mean, like I said, they're out there, and that's the job of the staff to find those good players. I mean, I played in an all-star game against a guy, a Virginia State all-star game in college against a player that was at Virginia State, and he wound up having about a 12-year career with the Cowboys. I was a defensive lineman. I was going against this guy. It was like hitting a rock. I mean, this guy was a great, great player, and he played about 12 years for the Cowboys back in the day. So there are players around, and again, that's the staff's job to try to find them and find guys that can make your team better.
All right, one more before we turn you loose, because we have been drafting wide receivers out of smaller schools, at least with our mocks. Is there one position that, we've got a guy like Ted Hurst out of Georgia State, a guy like Bryce Lance out of North Dakota State? Are there certain positions that pop? Because you've had the Jerry Rices, you've had a handful of those guys that have come out of smaller schools.
No, I think that, probably all the positions have players that,
Yeah, because Search just named a couple good ones.
Yeah,
as far as linemen.
Sure. And then when you look at the, again, some of this college NIL transfer stuff, you see guys that were at some small school and then they're playing at Indiana right now and smoking. I mean, playing as good. In other words, you said they should have been at Indiana or Ohio State all along.
Exactly.
So when that has really kind of brought to the surface, if you will, players that have been in smaller programs that have gone and become stars at the bigger program, should have been there from the beginning, but for whatever reason weren't.
Yeah, the James Madisons that went to
Absolutely.
Indiana. Exactly. All right, Coach Duff, thank you, man. We appreciate it. As always, that's for sure. We'll have him, Coach Ingram, in and out as far as the draft is concerned and free agency. We'll do it all right here on XL Primetime.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford.
When you drive past a Kuhn Flowers location, did you know their inside showroom is filled with gift items? Kuhn Flowers isn't just for sending flowers. Frank Frangie here. And when I need a unique gift, I head for Kuhn Flowers, Beach Boulevard, and in Ponte Vedra since 1947. Kuhn Flowers.
Make Capital Glass and Shower Doors your premier choice for top-quality glass solutions. With over 40 years of expertise, their team specializes in commercial and residential projects. From elegant shower doors to modern frameless enclosures, they've got you covered. But that's not all. They also offer glass railing systems, glass wine cabinets, and much more. For unmatched quality and service, choose Capital Glass and Shower Doors. Your vision, their expertise. Visit online at capcoglass.com.
Northeast Florida isn't just where we work, it's our home. I'm Chris Campione, and when an accident turns your life upside down, you need a law firm that truly understands this community. At Campione Law, we treat our clients like neighbors, not case numbers, and you don't pay a dime unless we recover for you. From semi-truck accidents to medical malpractice and even workers' compensation, we handle it all. Visit CampioneLaw.com. Offices, Jacksonville and St. Augustine.
Count on Campione, Campione Law.
Create a backyard your family will love. Jack's Outdoor Solutions, an authorized dealer of Celebrity Greens, installs PGA quality artificial turf golf greens and complete outdoor spaces. From turf to custom hardscapes, landscaping, and lighting, every project is built for style, durability, and family fun. Locally owned and trusted across Northeast Florida, customers rave about their results. Check their 5-star reviews on Google. Plan your dream backyard today at jacksoutdoorsolutions.com.
Jacksonville, Lacey here from Fourscore. It's game time. The TPC is taking over the town and we're bringing the heat. Closest to the pin simulator battles, drink specials, huge screens, great food, and a full bar. Hosting clients or entertaining your team, let Fourscore handle your TPC party. Private bays, full service catering, and then straight into March Madness. We'll have bracket contests, buzzer beaters, cold beer, and the ultimate watch party vibe. San Marco or Gate Parkway, Fourscore is your headquarters. Visit fourscoregolf.com today.
Bueller.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
I'm starting to realize being a homeowner isn't all upside, Jason.
I mean, it does give you a place to live.
Yeah, but now suddenly I need to know the names of all the people I need to look after my house.
Like who?
Like if my air conditioner breaks in the middle of the heat wave, I need to know who I call to fix it.
That's me. You know me.
But what if my water heater dies or my toilet backs up?
That would also be me. Bueller Air and Plumbing.
Okay, fine, but what about my duct cleaning and my water filtration and my sewer drain? Where am I going to find all those guys if something goes wrong? I'm just a guy with a house and a dream and...
This pair of sunglasses.
Whoa.
Bueller Air and Plumbing is the only name you need to know. Our club members even get 2 free visits a year, so you know we're there when you need us.
Well, that's cool.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Indoor golf in Ponte Vedra is here. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Play the best courses in the world at Back 9 Golf. Top simulators, analytics to improve your game, or just have a blast with friends or a client. Get this, you can bring your own beverages, including cocktails. Go to back9golf.com, book a tee time today. Membership opportunities, lessons, Back 9 Golf in Ponte Vedra, next to Nice High School. Back 9 Golf, where golf never sleeps.
Jacksonville, you voted, and Baker Glass came out on top. The Bold City Best Awards are all about locals choosing their favorites, and you picked them for Best Auto Glass and Best Glass and Mirror Service.
I'm back with Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. XL Primetime Thursday, restored by Rebound Rehab, with 12 locations across the First Coast. Check out reboundrehab.com.
It's great to have our coaches in because they drop knowledge, and between Serse and his experience as a Pro Bowler and a player and highly accomplished, and then to hear from the Duffs, the Coach Ingrams, the Coach Campos, I hope you guys appreciate it because those are dudes that are dropping knowledge. That's for sure. And they do a lot of work that may not add up in the end, but if you find the right guy and you're combing through hundreds of them, then all that work's worth it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dubs, bro.
Yeah,
when it
right, that's when it's worth it.
It's about dubs. It's about getting wins.
Just a crazy figure.
Yeah,
the Pittsburgh Steelers could have drafted anybody, and they chose you.
They did,
and so. What did they go through? How many different dues did they look at? How many different positions did they look at? All those things.
Funny, we have some audio from Bill Cowher that we're going to play tomorrow of him basically explaining why they picked Leon.
I love it because those are the things. And the essence of it, we were joking when I misnamed the Adam Sandler movie. What is it called? The Hustle?
Hustle.
Just hustle. And just the constant pursuit, the hustle to try and find the guy. And he may not even have found the guy. But just imagine when you find that, and this goes back to maybe Gene Smith here. Small School Gene was his nickname because he was trying to find that guy. You mentioned two dudes in Eric Williams and Larry Allen that came from small schools.
Sonoma State and Emporia State. Yeah. That's doing some scouting.
I'd never heard of that.
Emporia State.
Never heard of it. Yeah, Emporia State.
Emporia State and Sonoma.
Yeah. I mean, that's you could argue, and it would be a very good argument that this is the most important time for any NFL franchise, including the season.
Yeah,
this is it.
And it goes way beyond this amount of time that you devote to the draft. We spend a lot of time talking about it. This amount of time they devote to it, from in season with scouts, and then future games or whatever, where they start looking at guys either have expiring contracts or whatever. The draft is still the most important thing because you got player personnel where they're looking at expiring contracts, guys they may want to offer a free agent contract to from another team. But how many players do they have to look at in the college game that they might pull from?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna tell you another thing. Plenty.
2,000.
Yeah.
Yes. An endless number.
I'm gonna tell you another thing the draft does for players that are like first year, second year in the league. Keeps you on your toes when they draft at your position.
Oh yeah,
you never get comfortable because it's a revolving door. You could be a D lineman, second string, getting rotation. They draft a D lineman. Now you gotta put your work in, man.
Speaking of that, we'll get into more of this tomorrow. But there is that story about the Steelers have been in talk with the Jags for Brian Thomas Jr.
It is interesting. That was a dude on a radio station up there in Pittsburgh, correct?
Andrew Fittipaldi, who we've had on for the mock draft.
Did he say what the Steelers were giving up?
No, he said the Steelers have been in talks with the Jags about Brian Thomas Jr. Also, the two teams had discussed a deal at last year's trade deadline.
Maybe. Are you sure he didn't mention something about a defensive player they want to give up? Rhymes with sounds like Walt or Watt, maybe?
Yeah, that would be good.
Because I'd be all right with that.
Yeah, just swap them out. That would be okay. All right, let's say hello to Helmets and Heels.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
You can call him Meathead because he responds to it. It's a great, affectionate nickname.
Hello, fellas. Let me ask you a question. Can I? You ever meet a lactation specialist?
I
have. I just did on the horse's mouth. Her and her husband, and I asked her. I said, "Well, those things get big. You got to have some release." I'm like, "You ever just squirt the baby in the faces?" She's like, "That's why men are not lactation specialists."
Now, you may need to tell. You may need to tell JJ about this.
Oh, I can help you out.
Expecting.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's classic.
Yeah,
I won't be lactating myself.
They laughed, so that was a good thing. You guys having a good day?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We are now.
Yeah, we are now. Beautiful, beautiful. Well, we're going to do what you guys are doing, talking about the rumors going around, what's happening in the National Football League, the Combine, little college hoops, and a whole lot of fun coming up on Helmets and Heels.
All right, brother, man. Thank you. We will
Thank
be
you.
listening. Because if Brian Thomas Jr., if that is a juicy enough rumor where it does have legs, and a guy like Fittipaldi gets it from somebody inside that Steeler organization, who knows? Who knows? He could have been on the move is what the suggestion is.
Frankly, I'm more interested in what's going on with Tom's podcast.
I was just going to say, I saw what you did there.
Yeah.
Don't think I didn't see that, okay?
Well, I listen, I'm just trying to finish strong. That's all I'm trying to do right now. We are done. Rebound Rehab. 12 locations across the First Coast. Check them out. ReboundRehab.com. And we are done. Helmets and Heels is on the way. Big Sirs, Matty, Joe C, and JJ. By the way, we will be on the move tomorrow for our show. Pine Royale Golf Course up in Callahan.
Beautiful Callahan.
So I'm hoping you Nassau County folks will come see us tomorrow. Pine Royale in Callahan. XLP will be there.
XL Primetime.